Guys, fixing myself up. How's everyone? Just gonna do a little bit of work while we sit here and see what happens. All right. Hey, Cat. Cat says hello. Hey, Marlon. Cat is driving but listening. Marlon says Yogi and hi, Cat. Hope you guys are having a good day so far. 1 o'clock. Sunday, the weekend is winding down. It also means Cat's weekend is coming up. Tomorrow is Cat's Friday. Easier days ahead, Cat. And as for me, I don't know. I don't know what's up with me. Ellie says hi to Dundee. Dundee says been having well a day. What's going on with that? What's up, Jamie? As far as I know, I'm still on with my guest tomorrow. He's been having some internet troubles. I got to make sure not everyone realizes you can only come on, as far as I know, YouTube live stream with your phone. I guess because I'm going with phone. Is it a difference if I do, if we went live on my desktop, which I don't know that I can do? Hey, Lee. Lee, how you been? Hey, Adam. Kat, Marlon, and Ellie. Thanks for hanging out with me last night, guys. We had a fun time singing. I wasn't sure, you never know what's going to happen. Give me a second, guys. I'm putting my desktop up. Easier to read comments. Interesting line in A Course in Miracles that yes read. An untrained mind can accomplish nothing. And then the place where I read this went on to say, the distressing thing is that 99 point something of us have untrained minds. Now, this is an untrained mind in view of, for lack of a better word, let's say spirituality. Or we could say psychological well-being. Because people have certainly seemed to accomplish stuff, right? We got skyscrapers, we got jet planes, space shuttles, we have, major corporations. Hey, Mindy. Right? We have TV shows. We have the possibility of me live streaming from across the world. All that seems like accomplishments, right? Do we lay our heads down on our pillow to go to sleep with peace of mind? So that's a pretty great accomplishment. I'm going to read what I read this morning, the prayer of St. Teresa of Avila. St. Teresa was a contemporary of St. John of the Cross. Hey, Tiger King. St. John of the Cross wrote The Dark Night of the Soul. Was it the 1500s? 1400s? I don't remember if I even knew. United is winning, not happy. Hey, Bud Files. All right, so. So anyway, this is her prayer. I read it this morning. Let nothing disturb you. Let nothing frighten you. All things are passing away. God alone never changes. Patience obtains all things. Whoever has God lacks nothing. God alone suffices. As I mentioned earlier, you can replace that word God with whatever synonymous expression sits well with you. Let nothing disturb you. Let nothing frighten you. All things are passing away. The universe alone never changes. Love alone never changes. The Tao alone never changes. The Buddha mind alone never changes. patience obtains all things. Whoever has the Buddha mind lacks nothing. Krishna alone, the Tao alone, love alone suffices. If you have one, you have them all, right? The names change. This is why the Course says words are but symbols of symbols twice removed. Symbols of reality twice removed, not the thing itself. I've yet to bring up my desktop. Sitting here chatting away with you guys. So without that peace of mind, we really haven't accomplished much, right? I mean, let's think of it in terms of warfare. One war has never ended anything, right? Case in point, we still have them going on. If war was something that was successful in ending warfare, it would only take one, and then we'd be done, right? But it's sort of a self-perpetuating conflict. Caramelizing live this morning, sir? Caramelizing live. What are we caramelizing? Hey, Carl. Carl says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you, my friend. How are you? Sorry I missed you when you came in. Hey, Michael. Good afternoon, Yogi. Good afternoon, Michael. Michael, you settled in back home? Piggybacking on Lee's comment, I don't know why we call it soccer. Weird. Hey, what's the highest football game, the highest scoring football game you've ever seen? Generally speaking, it's a pretty low point game, right? Carl says Yogi missed another live this morning. I did see after the fact that you went live. I'm not used to you doing the spontaneous live streams, Carl. I apologize. I'm used to you scheduling. Hey, Timo. Optima family is here. Says hi, just Yogi. It's me. How are you, Timo? How are you? How is Sabine? How is Bax? Let me rephrase that. How's Bax? How's Sabine? How are you? Not that I have preferences. I love you all. I just love Bax a little bit more. You know, we can understand that, right? Anna says hi to Lee and thank you. Lovely to see you and everyone too. Ellie says this drawing I'm doing has took 3 hours so far. What are you drawing, Ellie? He says, Yogi, what's the plans for next week? You do a trip for the store. I'm due to a trip to the doctors to get blood drawn, get blood tests. But I don't know if I'm going to make it. I'd like to, but I don't know if I'm going to make it. Hey, Max. You like football? Are we talking European football? The real football, because it's played with the foot? Or are we talking about American football, which should be called passing ball, throwing ball, tackle ball? Right? If you think about it logically, makes sense. Like I says, I'm drawing a sunset, mountains on some grass. I'm just at the grass part. Gotcha. I hope you share it, Ellie. So to answer your question, Max, it's not that I don't like it; it's that I don't have an interest in either one of them. To be honest with you, I haven't said that. I watched some highlights of the Carolina Jaguars play someone or another team, another passing ball team, another tackle ball team. And, they did some tackling, they did some throwing. The quarterback and I think one or two of his receivers were outstanding. I love watching anyone who is so good at what they do that you just sit there with your mouth hanging open because how does the human body do that kind of stuff? Just amazing. And that's that way with almost any sport. But this guy really caught my attention. He could quarterback for the Jaguars. He could do it all, so it seemed. Adam says I was unbeatable almost at foosball. Boy, I haven't played foosball in ages. Carl was laughing at Yogi, so seen it. Well, I'm glad you guys are having a good time. That is awesome. Let's see. Blue Moon says the highest scoring game is Portsmouth 7-4 win against Reading at Fratton on 29, 2000. 7-4. So that's like really big, huh? Thanks for that. Blue Moon says football comes USA World Cup, Eric. What do you think of this meet? I don't really have much thought on it. I don't know why it would. We're not a football country. Although, you know what? Like in my neck of the woods, every kid's played for us soccer. I played 1 or 2 seasons in the rec league. I was not very good at it. Not very good at it at all. Max says, nice to like Liverpool. So you meant football, real football. Carl says, what a match. Did you like it? Alex says, Carl, it's not nice to laugh at people. He says, Yogi are Julie and Diona coming up again. Hope so. Hey, Lee, we're going to do a once a month panel. We're going to do a Course in Miracles panel once a month. So they'll be up sometime next month. They're both welcome to pop in anytime they want to. I've really enjoyed hanging out with both of them, apart and together. Tomorrow I have Martin Petta, who is a meditation teacher and Course in Miracles teacher as well. So we're going to see ways of combining those two different spiritual, psychological, emotional modalities for peace of mind. You guys might be asking, why such a heavy premise? Why such a big push for peace of mind? Because every little bit of our suffering stems from not being at peace with who we are, where we are, and when we are. We're not content to be in the present moment. We want tomorrow to come because tomorrow is promising something special. Or we're missing yesterday because yesterday we had the person we loved. Yesterday we had a better car, a better job, a better this, a better that, right? We want anything other than what we find in the present moment. And yet, the present moment is where everything occurs. Hey, Jane, the Jamie Lance is here. Our friend Dottie. How are you, my friend? Man, I really liked your guitar coffee table. Carl says me and Yogi are going to fall out. Well, not me and Yogi are going to fall out. Carl might fall out with Yogi. That's a distinct possibility. It's a distinct possibility that everyone here might all of a sudden wake up and say, you know what? The heck am I doing? I could be at a picnic. I could be grocery shopping. I could be playing with my dog. I could be doing anything other than listening to this weird guy talk about weird stuff. So far, it hasn't happened. Carl says, it must be amazing that I'm out of here. I don't know what that means. You might be amazing. Probably many of us are in many different ways. I like to think that occasionally I can be a pretty amazing writer. Not all the time. Lee says, Carl, why? He's a wonderful man. Thank you for that, Lee. So, Jane, how are you doing? Jamie Lynn says, oh, thanks. You're welcome. High scoring game is Portsmouth 7 win. Yep, I've read that. Man, that was a while ago. No one broke that. 2007. Boomman says, how's your cat's mate? Well, this cat just had her claws on my leg, so she's doing pretty good. Seems to be one of her favorite things to do. He says, Carl, please don't leave. I can buy pizza. I'll send you money on PayPal. Percolator says, Zhang Li, you feed Carl just to hang out. Game's good. I'm glad that you're good. Hey, that's quite a journey that you've been on. How does it feel to be here? Jane? Dottie? Jamulance? I know there's 3 different names now. And by that, I mean, you worked so hard to get here. And a couple times you thought you wouldn't make it. A couple times you were ready to call it a day for legitimate reasons. You were pushed in the corner. Situations and people beyond your control who really sought to hurt you. And yet you didn't give up and you made it. And you're doing exactly what you wanted to do. You're doing what you love to do. I'm interested. How does it feel? How does it feel to make it, knowing that you were so close to giving up? Blue Moon says, fishy top guy, mate. Yep, Adam is. Adam is. All of you guys are. Every single one of you. He says Adam is one of my faves. Shouldn't say that, but laughing. But how can you not like him? I agree. He says Adam, it upsets me. He feels this way. When you catch Carl on a live, his personality shines through. He gets frustrated. Hey, I agree with that, Lee. I agree with everything that you said. But here's the thing with me and Carl. Carl does not always Carl doesn't always like me or like being here. But Carl knows that he's always welcome, and he knows that I'm always his friend. No demands on Carl whatsoever. Anytime Carl wants to leave, he knows he can leave with grace and my love. And he knows that tomorrow he can come back in and there's no issues involved, right? He knows that he can come back in and we start over immediately. Water, not even water under the bridge. It's like, fine, we're here. That goes with everyone. Everyone. I don't want anyone to feel obligated to stay here. And I don't want anyone to feel like they can't just pop in and hang out like nothing ever happened. Adam says, teach a man to fish and he eats a lifetime, coddle, and you make him weak. I think that's a textbook definition of a mixed metaphor. Teach a man to fish and he eats for a lifetime. Coddle a fish and they stay at home and they don't bite the hook and they don't get caught and they're not eaten. Does that make any more sense? Coddle a fisherman, buy them pizza, and they don't need to learn how to fish. We can see this from many, many different angles. He says, Tiger King, I've been enjoying you lately in chat. I like it when you're chatty and relaxed. I do too, Lee. Thank you for that. It's another example. When people come in and they relax and they don't, no pressure. Everything's different, right? Hey, Lady Sky, one of my singing partners. My favorite singing partner. Didn't hear that from me. My favorite singing partner. Ellie says, Carla's kind of confusing me. As he said on his live yesterday, he is never coming back because of kids on here, but he keeps coming back and he talks rubbish on his channel. It's okay, Ellie. Discovering it's okay for me to be a topic of discussion on other channels. Gives people something to come together over, right? I hope you're having a good day, Lady Sky. How did everything go? You had your church event today, right? Blue Moon says, Tiger King, or Tiger King says, Lady Sky, how are you, mate? Gamulan says, I'm so glad I persevered with the van. Though it has been a long haul. It has been a long haul, for sure. I'm glad I could go through some of it with you. Adam says, Elliot, do what my dog does when confused. Nothing. That's pretty good advice. Lucy, how are you? Denise says, you okay, Lucy? Let's see. Tiger King says, Sniper. Babe station tonight, mate. Oh, hey, Sniper. I did not see you come in. How did everything go last night? Sniper was the 13th like in Alchemizer. You had your journey last night, right? Lady Sky, church went great, Yogi. About to eat some lunch with my family members. Awesome. I appreciate you stopping in just to say hi. So I'm going to go back to the prayer of St. Teresa. Not Mother Teresa, St. Teresa. St. Teresa, again, was a contemporary of St. John of the Cross. You know, we will all probably, if you step upon the spiritual path, you will probably go through that dark night of the soul. Nothing seems to make sense. It's like you're progressing on this great spiritual path. You're literally experiencing miracles, and then the carpet is pulled out from beneath you, and life makes no sense. God makes no sense. Your practice makes no sense. And yet somehow you keep persevering. Even if you don't know there's another side. This is what we were talking about with Gamulance, actually. She did not know that by persevering, things would be better. She did not know she'd have her van on the road and she would be living her dream. But she had the dream. So she persevered. I'm going to read the prayer again. Let nothing disturb you. Let nothing frighten you. All things are passing away. God never changes. God alone never changes. Patience obtains all things. Whoever has God lacks nothing. God alone suffices. I have used this as a form of passage meditation. Passage meditation is when you take a spiritual passage and it has to be something that has stood the test of time. It has to bear the grace of repetition, meaning that people have meditated on these words for hundreds of years, or at least, a long time. And what you do is you sit in your meditative position, whatever that might be. Usually it should be with your back upright, because this is the meditation position, not a sleep position. If you're in a sleep position, then you are, your body is prepared for sleep. So you don't really want to confuse the two. So you sit up, not rigid, but comfortable. Hands in your lap. Watch your breath. Just watch your breath. Doing nothing special. As you feel relaxed, enter that first word, let. Nothing disturb you. You want it spaced out so that you literally feel like you're dropping a pearl, a stone, in a still pool of water, and it ripples out through the ethers of your life. Let nothing disturb you. You're thinking this. One pointed concentration. This is the first, as well as the sixth limb of yoga. It's the first stage of meditation, one pointed concentration, and then absorption, and then samadhi. Samadhi is the ultimate peace of mind. You're resting in God. So you want to space it out comfortable for you. There's no set way. But you don't want it so far apart that the words don't make sense. You don't want it so close together that you're rushing through the prayer. Find your pace, and you will. As you repeat it, you're going to wander away from the prayer. It's okay. Wander on back. Just go right back. However, if you find that you've gone completely away from the prayer, you got to give yourself sort of a penance. time out. Bring yourself back to the beginning of the prayer, start over again. Do this for 20 minutes, once a day. Your life will change, I promise you. Pick the prayer that resonates with you the most. For me, I started out with the prayer of St. Francis. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Let's go there. I'm going to read that for you. That's called passage meditation. It was one of the first serious practices that I did for an extended period of time. And by that, I mean years of working. And I worked largely with the prayer of St. Francis. It was only later that I added in some the Upanishads, some passages from the Bhagavad Gita, the prayer of St. Teresa, things along those lines. Before I read St. Francis, I will go back in the chat. Lady Sky says, ribs, sweet potato with broccoli. I had a sweet potato today. Broccoli salad, cornbread. I love cornbread, and I love pecan pie. You got my aunt cooked our lunch today. That's awesome, Lady Sky. Ellie says, you're one of the perfect communities I have been in. Thank you, Ellie. We have our ups and downs, you know. Hey, Sissy. Sissy, you've been in my prayers today? Drinking tea? Yeah, we have our ups and downs, Ellie. Blue Moon says, Lee, only start to, I know I'm way behind in the chat. I apologize. Only start when I stick up for myself. Then I'll just chill, mate. So, hey, Blue Moon, I would urge you not to stick up for yourself. We will stick up for you. Now, I know we always think I got to stick up for myself or people will take advantage. But most people who come in here, no one's accusing, no one's pointing a finger, no one is being harmful. So we get lost in that story that we're telling about each other. Happens to me too. But when we realize it's just a story we're telling ourselves, it's not actually happening, we can relax. So this is why we have those gates. And I need to reiterate. Hey, Chef Mary, my friend. Hello, our friends. Love you all. We love you too, Chef Mary. Let's go back to the 3 gates, but let me get caught up. And we're also going to do the prayer of St. Francis. I know, I'm all over the place. Purposely so. When I get too bogged down in one thing on these live streams, unless I have a guest up, I think I don't think it benefits everyone. I like to think of myself, you guys are having a conversation, and I'm the white noise. I'm the space heater. I'm the air conditioner. I'm the bird sounds, the sound of automobiles going by. But maybe something registers, right? By definition, as a white guy, every word I say is white noise. So why not embrace it? I could sit here and make ocean noises if you want. Every once in a while, a little seagull passing by. So, Ellie, thank you for that. I think we're a good community. But, you know, every once in a while, as Mr. Rogers said, every once in a while, something bad happens in the neighborhood. We fix it. Lisa said, I told Yogi about this awful person. She did, and I'm not happy. He says, oh, Lucy, try and focus on you. You've worked so hard. She has worked hard to build her channel. Not only has she worked hard to build her channel, Lucy has worked hard on herself. She has worked hard to, I don't want to say be a better person. Lucy's always been a great person. She's worked hard at finding that peace of mind, opening up. Adam says, I'm very picky about pecan pie. It's a good pie. Not my favorite, but it's good. I think everyone knows my favorite. Jamie says hi to Lucy. Lucy says sorry for a Debbie Downer, but I'm just like this right now. It's okay, Lucy. You know, hey, Sniper just mentioned when he came in number 13 and alchemized. I like to think that that's what we do as a channel, right? That's what we do as friends. We offer a alchemical lab. Anything that we bring in, we are able to transmorgify. Timothy Dick wrote a book, The Transmorgification of Timothy. I can't remember the last name. Timothy whatever. It was a good book. It was a bizarre book, but it's Philip K. Dick. Hey, Adam, have you ever read Philip K. Dick? Adam says, it sucks that someone is mean. Yeah, beyond mean. Lisa says, what's wrong with pecan pie? I don't think anything's wrong. He's just picky. Only the best. And hey, if you're going to have pie, make it the best pie ever. Lisa says, hey, Lucy, I don't mind what mood you're in, or if you're upset, we are here to help you. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Lee. Tiger King says, Z care about other all the time. Just stick up for myself. I wouldn't worry about sticking up for yourself. Trust us, Tiger King. Ellie says, I have to go. Love you, Uncle Yogi, and you amazing people. Thank you, Ellie. Ellie, I hope the drawing goes well. Adam says, Sissy, I didn't notice. I always enjoy your live streams. Me too. I was all over the place a little bit ago. Random golden nuggets. Generally speaking, like I said, unless we have a guest up, I'm almost always a little bit all over the place. I had asked you guys before if you think it's better that I like focus 100% on the chat and read the comments and go down, or if I'm in and out and I just do my thing, which is talking random, generally speaking, nonsense. And by and large, I believe everyone said, man, we prefer the nonsense. Dutch apple pie is my favorite. The pecan is a close friend up, then blueberry. You know what? I read all of that and I thought, no, I think she means pumpkin pie. I think she means pumpkin pie. He says, Lucy, everyone loves you here. You know that, no exceptions. This is true. Lucy says, thank you, everyone. You're welcome, Lucy. You know, this is your extended home. Sissy says, I'm on the mend, but in good spirits. Bro Star Lee, love you, bub. Lee says, TK, I wanted United to get beat. So, hey, Lee, what's your team? Tiger King, your team is Manchester, right? That seems to be a lot of people's favorite. Adam says, I like Psychobabble. I mean, Ramblin'. Adam, I'm looking forward for you being back up so you and I can ramble together. Tiger King says, Eric, put a poll if I should be in chat all the time. No. Sorry. I don't think we need to know. Tiger King, to be honest with you, do you want to be here? Show up and participate kindly. Stick to the 3 gates. I'm going to reiterate the 3 gates. That's what it comes down to. Sissy says, I do like pumpkin pie, but I love apple more. I can understand that. Apple pie is really good. Man, I need to get some pumpkin pie this fall. I don't know why I said some pumpkin pie. I should get all the pumpkin pie this fall. I should get pumpkin pies this fall. Here's the problem, and you've heard me say this before. I don't eat a piece of pie. I eat pie, all the pie, at once, until there's no more pie left. And then I think, man, why didn't I buy more pie? Why did I limit myself to 17 pies? I know I could have eaten 18. I should have gotten that 18th pie. And then I wake up in the morning and I go, oh man, why did I eat those 17 pies? And how come I didn't get that 18th pie? You see the predicament that I find myself? Lisa says, Adam, you popping up next week? Man City, which is Manchester, right? Stephen says, memory seems distant already, but it's etched with the warmth of knowing less of what is real, knowing less of what is real in the illusion. Interesting, Sniper. I wanted to write about that this morning, and I did not get there. Something else popped up that needed to be written. You know, in Zen, they talk about the no thing mind. I don't know. Always going back to that, the don't know mind. And Korean Zen specifically, they say you may as well start there because that's where you're going to end up. That great cosmic shrug. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We have thoughts, we have ideas, and all of that is a map, and a map is not the territory itself. It can lead you to the territory, but once you step into that threshold, you're still mystified. You're in the ineffable. And we all know you don't want to F the ineffable. He says, hope so, Adam. Get to know you better when you're up. I appreciate having Adam up. A Rambler Man. That would be a good song to sing. This guy says, chess pie? Key lime? Key lime is good. Key lime's a good pie. Lemon meringue, although I don't rightly know what meringue is. Does anyone have a recipe for meringue? Is there like a family recipe passed down upon generations? We make our own meringue. Does anyone even know what meringue is? What is it? I think I've had this conversation before. I think we did a sermon of the meringue once, right? Deborah says, my question I was honored taken with me was what is underneath our feet? Turtles. Goodman says, should it be in the chat, Eric? That's what I'm talking about. As you said, should you be popping in? I'm just giving you an idea poll about what I mean, Eric. Do you want to come up and say hi? No pressure. But if you want, come on up. Hey, Mary's Gigs. I'm going to work, but I wanted to stop by and say hello. Love you all. Have a great day. And of course, put a thumbs up there. Thank you so much, Mary. Hope you have a wonderful day at work. And when we're done live stream, if I see you working, I will repay the favor and I'll pop in and say hi to you. I always enjoy it. My favorite, hardest working YouTuber on all of YouTube by far. And when she's not working hard, she's putting out wonderful videos to help you guys in your channels. I hope you subscribe to Mary. I hope you are subbed to Mary, and I hope you're a member of her channel because she does really good information. I mentioned her to Nature's Dog Realm because she had a question. And I said, that's a question I'd love to ask Mary's gigs. And Chris said, she made a wonderful video for me once, helping me with something. That's Mary. That's what Mary does. Sniper is a member for 11 months, just about as long as I've had the membership. I appreciate that, Sniper. Appreciate you sticking with me for so long. Sissy is sugar fasting to do a cleanse. And here we're talking about dessert again. I didn't know you were sugar fasting. Sorry about that. Where'd we go? Oh, Selma and how is super? All right, not here for both of them. Selma popped in yesterday. I believe she's in doing family stuff, doing something with her sister, visiting someplace. And Tiger King was here yesterday too. He's real busy in school, but he does find time to pop in just to say hi. And amazingly, he'll pop in and say, Yogi, take your nighttime supplement, take your pill. Since you said to have a separate favorite order of chilled pies. All right, well, let's hear it. DC says, Sissy, I don't know if I could do that. I need my sugar. I only get really natural sugar. A little bit of sugar in my oatmeal. Hello, with Hammer, my friend. How are you? How are you feeling? And what is the next stage for you? What's going on? Egg whites and sugar. Now, they've made vegan meringue. I wonder how they do that. The magic. Let's just say it's the magic. He says, had some wonderful guests on. Sniper and Adam come up regularly. Now, and then Randy, Diona, Julie, Lady Sky, and more. Tom Thompson, the great yogi. Me, I'm just a yogi. Tom Thompson is a yogi. David Hoffmeister, who might be the most enlightened everyday person that I've ever sat with. James Plath, who's a great mystic, very smart, also very awakened. Who else have we had? Who else have we had? Been a couple more. I can't quite. Oh, Tim Freak, great philosopher. The Rational Man. I need to make sure that I have this all in. Oh, yep, Lady Sky up and singing. Let's see. Lady Sky says spring is egg whites, sugar, and cream of tartar yogi. Blend well with a mixer. Then you put it on top of the pie and bake it in the oven. Gotcha. Lucy says she has to have her candy and Debbie snack cakes. So now Tiger King. Tiger says when he's feeling better, myself, I will come out, mate. Not now, as I told you in post, I'm not a good way at the moment. I can appreciate that, and there's never any pressure. Hey, Tandra. But, hey, McGeeza, how are you? And how are you doing? Um, I I really appreciate that you're not at your best, that you're not in a good way. And again, there's no pressure. But one of the reasons I want you to come up is that people see that you have your good days, your bad days, that you're going through some stuff. Some days, you know, going back to what Mr. Rogers said, some days there's some bad days in Blue Moon's neighborhood. I want people to see that Blue Moon Tiger King is a human being and not a screen name. That's all the difference in the world. We have other people who sometimes cause some ups and some downs, some disturbances that shake the fabric of the peace of mind, right? Here's the difference. Some of those people go live and we see them and we see their struggles and we know they're real people. There's a face to the problem, there's a face to the struggle. There's a face to all of it. But Blue Moon with you, there's no face to it. So no one gets that sense that you are someone who's going through some stuff. I think everything would change if everyone knew. I've been up here pouring my heart out before. You guys have seen me at my worst. And you stood by me. Hey, Heavenly Star. Hey, so we were talking about great people that came up to talk, share stories. Magiza was one of the first. What do you think of chocolate Gatou? First, I think I can't pronounce it except for the chocolate part. And second, I don't know what it is. Third, I'm not a big chocolate person. You know, it's okay. I like chocolate. I'd rather have vanilla something. Guys, for those who don't know, Nature's Zen is our good friend Tandra. Alan Hammer says, thank you. I'm okay. I've been through a lot worse and we'll be going through a lot worse in the future. I'm just down right now. We got you back, Holland. Yugiza says, I was 4 months sober last week. Is there an and after that? What's going on, Magiza? Heavenly says, Hammer, your health is important. It is, absolutely. And speaking of that, I'm glad that you've got the brace off of your hand, Heavenly. This guy saying hi to everyone. He says, Hammer, don't feel alone. Even at that here is vital for all parties. Heavenly Stars giving out hugs. Says hi to Lady Sky. Got you water. I just, right before I went live, I had a big glass, which generally keeps my lives fairly short. I do like cheesecake, but I do vegan cheesecake. Don't ask me how you get a vegan cheesecake. Again, I'm going to save the magic. Hey, Funny Mita, how are you, my friend? Still can't lift anything. That'll come. Let's see. Migiza says, sorry, Eric, and everything is really good. I'm very content at the moment. I'm doing my step 9, making amends. Some say step 9 is the hardest. Hey, if you look back in the archives of my lives, you're going to see some people, Diana, and we talked 12 steps, Course in Miracles. And we talked quite a bit, and forgiveness. We talked quite a bit about that 9th step. It's a big one. Hey, Medic. Medic says, yep, take care of your body. It's the most precious thing you own. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Cheesecake with strawberries on top. Vanilla bean cheesecake, my all-time favorite cheesecake. This guy says cheesecake is the best. Cheesecake's pretty good. Is it pie or is it cake? Pumpkin pie, still my favorite. Hey, if you want to come up sometime in the future and talk about that 9th step, and I'm glad that was a good and. Lauren says, I'm in the garage picking, I can't take my truck keys. I don't want to be around any of them. See, I had surgery that went wrong. That's not my problem. I'm standing here. I can drive. I refuse all meds. Are you cleared to go back to work? Cypress says, CK Medic, second, do you mind also? Now, if we took the perspective of yoga and, of course, miracles, Buddhism as well, we would go mind first because everything is an appearance within the mind. The body is the appearance within the mind. Take care of the mind and the body follows. So now in yoga, they might say mind body, not mind and body, mind body, one word, one expression. Hey, Carol. Jamie Gayton is here. Hi from Carol. So it's not two things, it's one thing. But A Course in Miracles will actually deny the reality of the body. The body is a vehicle that appears in the mind. Doesn't mean that you don't honor the appearance. Doesn't mean you don't take care of the appearance. But you know that everything, every healing takes place in the mind. And it says, funny no one is mad at you. Please calm down. Alan says, yes, Yogi, I'm a owner operator. I'm my boss. I own my truck. I own the dot numbers, the insurance, and I book my own loads online. They say need to rest, but I don't see I have surgeries coming up. So you're refusing? Just be safe, Alan. You know things better than me. I'm never going to preach anything to you, ever. All I'm going to ask is just be safe. Keep yourself safe, and I know that you'll keep others safe as well. Sniper says, we become what we think. If we keep thinking we will get ill, we will. Give me a second, guys. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find it. It's never here when I need it. I'm looking for the Dhammapada, which is it's been said that in the Bible. Shoot, it was right here before. I think Cat moved it probably. Not my cat. I think Cat and Jack. She, using telepathy, she rearranged my books. The Dhammapada. Cat says, yes, I did. I knew it, Cat. Is talking about. Hold on, guys. I got the Yoga Sutras. I got the Zohar. I got everything. I got the Bliss of Inner Fire. I got Thomas Merton. I got everything but the one thing that I want. Why is that? All right, never mind. The Buddha basically says what you're saying, Sniper. Heavenly Star says that happened with me, Sniper. When I get overwhelmed, I get sick. But I found out if I do breath work, it helps. Always here to help you with breath work, Heavenly. Lady Sky says, I'll teach you how to make meringue, Yogi. Would it be vegan meringue, though? Gotta be vegan. Sniper says, I played mini games of backgammon last night. Won 7 in a row at one point. Wow. Cat says, no, I was there to tell the truth, Yogi. Cat was here rearranging my books. She didn't want to hang out. She didn't want to do anything. She just showed up, says, I'm just here for one thing only. She rearranged all my books and then she left. And she won't tell me where she put the Dhammapada. See if I can find it online. So AI overview. I wanted the exact quotes, but I can't find it. It's the twin verses on the mind. Mind is the forerunner of all states, means that our mental state precedes and shapes our actions and experiences. It emphasizes that the mind is the origin of all good and bad deeds, and if one aspect or speaks with a wicked mind, suffering follows, while a pure mind leads to happiness, just as a shadow follows a person. That reminds me, I still want to do with the three gates. It need to be a little more, I need to emphasize the three gates a bit more. McGeezer says, "Hey, Eric, so my life lately, I'm back working. I've joined a chess club. I go to university once a week, and I'm learning to play piano. Your life sounds absolutely awesome. Hey, McGeezer, 10 weeks ago, you ever think you'd be here doing what you're doing?" Zephyr says, "It was if calling in dice rolls before they hit the board." We talked about that last night, like the bone games. Heavenly says, 1.5 weeks till Jason mine birthday party, 11 a.m. my time. What are you guys going to do? Adam says, Arthabasia sniper. All right, on Heavenly Stream. Nice. 1.5 weeks. Keep us posted, Heavenly. So, three gates. Is it true? Before you say anything, ask yourself, is it true? Not do you want it to be true? Do you think it's true? I wish it was true. It might be, probably is. Let's take the chance. Do you know with absolute certainty that when you're about to say something that it's true? And you might decide, well, it probably is. I'm going to say it, or I want to say it. So you're sneaking it by. That's the good thing about having three of them. You might sneak one by, you might sneak two by, but you're not going to sneak three by, right? Chances are what you're about to say might not even be true. And if you examine it, you think, I can't know for sure, so I better not say it. Number two, is it necessary? Does it need to be said? And again, that's not a preference, but I really want to say it. It needs to be said because I really want to say it is not a valid excuse to say something. Is it true? Is it necessary? First two gates. When we think necessary, is it going to be a benefit to you? Not just spewing stuff, not just getting it off your chest. Is it going to be necessary and helpful to everyone in a live stream, everyone in your personal life, any conversation that you have? Three, is it kind? To me, we could stop with that. Just that. Is it kind? If it isn't kind, if it isn't true, if it isn't necessary, don't say it. Don't say it. Imagine how much drama would be avoided on live streams. Imagine how much drama would be saved from any social media encounter. Imagine in your personal life, conversations. Those three. I need to get back to mentioning that more often on the live streams. Let's see. Helen says safety isn't any of us concerned, Yogi. Do you want me to rest? A lot of people are telling me what to do. I'm not looking for that. I'll leave it off here. I'm sure it looks odd. As long as you do what's best, Howard. Hey, legendary princess. Vanilla, not Nilla ice cream cake is my favorite. Vanilla anything is my favorite. Begisa says 10 weeks ago I was laid in a prison cell with no clue how my life was going to be. You know, there's a saying: work the program for the program to work. Work the 12 steps for the 12 steps to work. Work your sobriety for the sobriety to work. Work the Course of Miracles for the Course of Miracles to work. Everything's great in theory. You can read Course of Miracles, you can read books about A Course of Miracles, but it's where the rubber meets the road is the action, is the experience itself. Until you experience the peace that comes from practicing forgiveness, it's a theory. Sounds good, doesn't work. I forgave someone once, I didn't feel any better, and they went ahead and they were a dick to me all over again. That's not real forgiveness. Real forgiveness doesn't let people off the hook, doesn't say someone might not do something to you again. It's saying I am freeing myself from the emotional attachments of this, whatever this might be. It's the same with all the other steps. And you want proof? Magiza. Read up above all the stuff that he's doing now. And then read what he said right here that 10 weeks ago, he was laying in a prison cell with no clue how my life was about to go. And he says, it's my dirty 30 on November 7th. It's going to be a big one. DC says, I just know nothing at all. That's the place to start. And it's always the place to return to. Heavenly says, I should make Jace sing Country Roads. I don't think you'd have to make him. I bet he'd jump at the chance to sing for you. Hey, Coffee Cake, how are you? Heavenly says she sent me an email. It's a invitation to a birthday party. That would be awesome, Heavenly Star. Thank you. Heavenly's birthday, and she promised me a gift. Imagine that. That tells you everything you need to know about Heavenly Star. What an awesome, awesome person she is. Awesome. The firm belief that everything you do is awesome, Heavenly Star. Coffee Cake says taking a guitar break. Doing okay. How about y'all? Doing good too. Hey, what were you playing on the guitar? Layla? Were you doing the guitar solo for Stairway to Heaven? Were you playing the Inagata Vita? You're welcome, Heavenly Star. Speaking of breaks, guys, in about 5 minutes, I'm going to take a break. After being relatively pain-free, jaw-wise, I'm experiencing a bit of pain right now. Been talking a lot. Adam says, Holland, I don't believe a doctor just because I went to school for a long time. Oh, I've written songs, just practice. You know what the best part of you writing songs is that I can get you to come up, or I can ask you to come up and play one of your songs sometimes, and we don't have to worry about copyright strikes because it's original. A Coffee Cake original song would be awesome to hear. Sweatin says, being awesome is always awesome. And you are one who would know because you are always awesome. Hey, Sai. Soggy Wet in UK. Coffee Cake says, yeah, I was thinking that too. Whenever you want, you know, we do it on Saturdays, but I would always make time. Whenever you want. Holland says, yeah, I'm out of that loop. I'm talking about these people in my house. My blood paid for. They sit around getting fat on my dime, and they think they're going to tell me what I can and can't do. But they just care for you, right? My own brother is part of this. He stabbed me in the back, worse than the rest. You don't think that he's just trying to help you, though? It could be wrong. I don't want to. I don't want to step past my. You know, I'm on your side, Holland. Well, heavenly. That's a lot. So, whenever you're here, heavenly, just so that you can relax. I hope. Heavenly says, yes, it is. I bet. I don't want you to have to work hard here. I want you to just have fun here. Zephyr says, percolated fish. And the opposite is we must be patient. You know what I notice about a lot, probably most doctors are very weak in nutrition. Doctors are very good at fixing things when they're broken, but they're not very good, generally speaking, at keeping us from breaking it to begin with. Not very good at preventive medicine. And they're very good at Western medicine, right? But there's other healing modalities. There's healing. I have to question. I don't ever want to tell anyone what to do. But let's use the example of chemotherapy. Extending someone's life with chemotherapy and the condition that it leaves them. I just don't know. I just don't know. I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to ever be an influence for any decision anyone makes in what they do with their life. Um, Everyone's going to make their own mind up, and I don't want to be that kind of influencer at all. Here's the influence that I want to extend: examine all options. Whatever you decide to do, I absolutely love you. Holland says, yes, Yogi, he is trying to help me. I know that see the hospital planted this mental health seed, Yogi, and they all ran with it as gospel. Yeah, I know it was a tough time. Hey, I know your brother was concerned because he popped in here several times. And man, I'm really glad that he did. Coffee Cake says, all peace in your hearts. Thank you, Coffee Cake. He says, what's the plan for tonight? Singing our guest or nothing? Probably more of this, but if anyone wants to come up and sing, we can end the weekend out with some songs. Goodman says, Fish, I know I'm a real person. You're a nice guy, Eric. Can I say something? Common people alive, not everyone you know. Sai says, tough situation, Hammer. It is. So we have Miss Blipper tomorrow afternoon, Monday Miracles with Miss Blipper. And then I have uh, Martin Petter, I believe. Gotcha. Just between us. And again, Martin is a longtime student of Course in Miracles, as well as a meditation practitioner and teacher. So it's not proving that you're real, Tiger King. It's showing people who you are. There's a big difference. No one doubts that you're real. I want you to show people who you are, the good and the bad. Adam says, Tiger King, no one can tell you that you're real. Who cares what they think? Holland says they want me to go to a place called a hospice. and live there. I refuse. I'm in better shape physically than anyone. Told me anything. I went to that surgery off 81 hours of work that week. Hospice. Someone says, Swerve Hospice Hammer, you got this. Just say no. Yeah, hospice might not be for you. For sure. Sorry that you're going through this, Holler. Stephen says, what if science is wrong? Well, you know what? That's the thing about science. Scientists doesn't mind being wrong. Scientists doesn't mind their theories being proven. They actually test for the negative. That's the amazing thing about science. Cat says, don't know about every state, but you can have in-home hospice care. Yes, my father did. Simon says onion rings. I like onion rings. I had a bad experience as a kid. I had a traumatic. Lucy's eating onion rings. I had a traumatic experience with onion rings. I've talked about this in a live stream. I don't know if I'm in a safe emotional space to relive the trauma of an onion ring again. So I'll tell it maybe tonight. Evan's going to be right back. Holland says, swerving it, but because of my military record and PTSD, they claim they can force me. Like they tried that 72-hour hold, took my guns, my truck keys, even took coffee out of my house. Wow. That's a lot, Howard. He says, Tiger King, you're part of the channel and community and have been for a while. You are valued here. Stephen says 1984 is in play. And we're going to see how everything plays out, right? Stephen says, that's bang out ordered hammer. Tiger King says, thank you, Lee. Mean a lot to me. Thank you. We just ask you to mind those three gates, Tiger King. And you might say, why are you throwing me out? I don't think you need to ask that. But I ask that for everyone too. You know, it's not just a rule for one person. It's not a rule, it's a suggestion for peace. Your own peace, your own peace of mind, your own inner peace, as well as the peaceful in every live stream. Got to return to making that a priority. Simon says, what's happening in America? The whole world is watching. I wish I could tell you. Truth is, I really don't know. Alan says, Yogi, you're doing a great service. I hope you realize that. Alan, I just hope to be a friend. I just hope to be a friend. Yeah, Simon, we're in a bit of a mess right now. But in the next month or so, Gray Zone. James Twyman, he's a Franciscan priest. He's also called the Peace Troubadour. He has an excellent book out right now called I Don't Know, Maybe I Love You, based upon a political debate he was having with his brother, going back and forth, as you always do. And it always left them both frustrated No answers, nothing solved. And one day his brother volleyed something hard at him. Uh, and James says, I don't know, maybe, but I love you. And it floored his brother. His brother's like, that's not an argument. That's not something you can say. How do I argue that? And then he paused and said, and I love you too. And they both laughed. He decided to write a book about it. And then he traveled the country applying those principles. What if every disagreement that you had, political, in person, or online, when someone is stating their opinion, and instead of offering your rebuttal, you went, I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong about everything. I could be wrong about the science of things. I could be wrong about what you're thinking. I could be wrong about what I was about to say. And maybe you have a valid point that I didn't consider. Maybe you don't, but maybe I should consider it. Here's what I do know. I love you. The reason I mention it, because within a month or so, hopefully, he's a New York Times bestselling author. And I reached out to him and said, James, would you like to come up on my little tiny YouTube channel and talk about peace? And he said, yes. I'm just getting back from a retreat in Mexico. Give me time to get back and to recover, and I'll come on up. How amazing is that? He says, Yogi and the community have been good, solid friends. I hope so. I hope so. Awesome word rebuttal. Yes, I do like that. Abigail says, can I take a break from being a mod? Yes, Abigail. Yes, you can. Abigail, you can just relax and be our friend. Adam says, and then smiling, Adam says, we need to live in a freer world. Be nice, wouldn't it? Abigail, you do such an excellent job as a moderator, but every once in a while, we got to put that aside and just relax and be a friend. Give us, I'm going to close the live stream in just a minute or two. Abigail, in the meantime, we're going to be your friend. You don't have to be a moderator. We're just going to let you know how much we absolutely love you. And we do. Because not only are you a good friend and an excellent moderator, you're a beautiful singer. He's sending you unicorn vibes. Simon gives a check, Abby. Abigail says, I need you guys. We're here for you, Abigail. We are here with you, my friend. You know we all love you. Jennifer says, I'm happy you walked the Badlands if it means full technology that forced upon each other. You're welcome, Abigail. Me, I'm betting on my rapture. I'm going to rapture on up out of here, guys. See ya. That's me looking down as I'm rapturing away. I'd like to take you with me, but I think the rules explicitly state I'm only allowed 2 cats and 1 other person and a dog. Sorry, guys. I don't make the rules. The Rules of the Rapture. That would be a good book. Rules of the Rapture. Adam says, you're awesome, Abby. She sure is. Adam says, thanks, TK. You too, man. Looking forward to having Adam back home and up here on the panel. Lee says, Abigail, you're a massive part of here. Absolutely. You always burn out. I can understand that, Abigail. Hey, Abigail, know that you don't always have to mod when you come here. You just come and relax. Zipper says, you do great, Abigail. She sure does. Because you help so many people. Mindful exercise, breathing exercise for Abby and the crew. Yes. Hey, Chris. Hello, Yogi and all. Hello to you, my friend. I need to reach out to you, Chris, and uh, we can think about some things for our Halloween special. Abigail said to help 3 people. So for here, just relax. We're going to do some breathing exercises for you, Abigail, and then we're going to shut it down for the afternoon. Yep, Abigail, we're having a Halloween special here. Nature's Dog Realms and I, we're going to do TV theme songs. We're going to do some scary theme songs. We're going to do some kazoo playing. I think Chris promised uh, some type of improvisational dance, right? Did I get that right? I think that's what she said. Um, Chris says, okay. Or is that selective hearing on my part, Chris? All right. We're going to do the physiological sigh. It's one of the best breaths that we can do to instantly arrest our emotional state and return to center. I'm going to dance. Is that what I heard? I guess I got to learn the Monster Mash, don't I? So, there's a couple ways of doing this physiological sigh. The traditional way is breathing in, selective hearing, a little selective hearing on both our parts. He says, Yogi, that sounds awesome. We're going to have fun for sure. I always have fun with Chris. So, this is the traditional way. You breathe in about 70%. Breathe in through the nose, filling the lungs. Let the belly fill with air. And then when you're about 70%, maybe even 80, top it off with another sip. Sigh through the mouth, pursed lips, tongue on the roof of the mouth, behind the front teeth. Very powerful breath. Usually at about 3 breaths, and you've calmed yourself. Now, if you're really panicking, if you're in a high emotional state, what you want to do, if you watch how you breathe sometime, when you're in that state, we're breathing quick, right? Short breaths. So what we want to do is match that breath. So we might take several short breaths. Now we're going to sigh. Again and repeat. So here's what we're going to do. Hey, Truck Rolls, how are you? Nature says, Chris, you're very kind. I think Yogi's channel has great singers. We do have great singers. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do 2 breaths of that more intense, matching our breathing to panic. Not that we're panicking right now. We just want to get the feel of that. And then we're going to do 3 breaths of that long, filling the lungs up about 70, 80%, topping it off and sighing. So whoever wants to participate, or if you don't want to participate, it'll be here later. You can review and you can do it as needed. Here we go. Relax the shoulders. We're going to mimic the breathing pattern of when we're panicking and then instantly calm ourselves with that out breath. Here we go. Breath number 1. Relax. Breath number 2. Extend that sigh. Now we're beginning the longer breath. Breathe in, filling the belly up. Top it off. Sigh. Sit here for a moment. Breath number 2. Sigh. Take a moment, shake out your hands, shake off your shoulders, roll the shoulders around, move the jaw. Looks weird. You want to get the energy moving. Don't be afraid to be weird. Breath number 3. Sip in or draw in air. Sip. Sigh. We're going to change our physiological state and our emotional state by smiling. Phony, fake ass smile. Because it's fake for now, but guess what? It gets real. It gets real. It gets real. And now that smile isn't so fake anymore. Now it's a very gentle, very loving, very kind smile. It's just not fake anymore. Sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. See you, Lucy. See, Simon got an oxygen rush. Thanks for coming back, Ellie. Nature Dog says, Nature Dog's Realm says, Blue, I hope I can live up to your sweetness. You always do, Chris. You always do. All right, so I'm going to go meditate. Speaking of which, if you guys ever want to learn meditation, reach out and I'll teach you. Abigail's excited. I'm glad you're excited, Abigail. And I'm glad you can come in here and relax and leave that modding alone and just be. Chris says, thank you, Yogi. You're welcome, Chris. Thank you. Thank you for always being such a steady presence, not just on my live streams and not just in your live stream, but you're a steady presence on YouTube. That's amazing. Amazing. Speaking of amazing, Abigail feels amazing. And I'm glad for that, Abigail. So if it says, have you all hit the like button? I hope so, guys. 28 thumbs up. It's not a bad Sunday afternoon. Chris says, Alter, thank you for the breath work. I really needed it. Always. I'm always available. Never hesitate to reach out. I can't say that I'm, always 100% going to be able to reach out every single time, but there's a pretty large percentage that I can. If you guys have Facebook Messenger, feel free to add me. And if you need some instantaneous breath work, and I am available, I'm happy to do it with you. I charge a pretty steep price. I don't know if everyone's willing to pay it, but the price for free breath work is friendship. Just be a friend. You notice I said friendship. I didn't say be my friend. Just be a friend. Be a friend to those you come in contact with. Be kind to everyone. Be kind to everyone. That's it. Love you guys. Take care.